Hello. Today's scripture reading is from 1 Timothy chapter 6, and it starts with the 17th verse. Warn the rich people of this world not to be proud or to trust in the wealth that is easily lost. Tell them to have faith in God, who is rich and blesses us with everything we need to enjoy life. Instruct them to do as many good deeds as they can and to help everyone. Remind the rich to be generous and share what they have. This will lay a solid foundation for the future, so that they will know what true life is like. Timothy, guard what God has placed in your care. Don't pay any attention to that godless and silly talk that sounds smart but really isn't. Some people have even lost their faith by believing this talk. I pray that the Lord will be kind to you. A great way to end a letter, isn't it? It's Paul's way of blessing Timothy and saying, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, which is a great way to think about it. Now, I don't know how much time you spend around toddlers, but if you spend a lot of time around toddlers, you realize that there is a mine phase. Everything is mine. And they really do think it's theirs. And maybe it is theirs, but everything becomes mine, even like your coffee cup and, your shoes. Mine, right? And one of the biggest things that we have to do as parents is teach kids to share. Because it's not a natural thing to want to share. And it's okay to hold on to your favorite toy and to have things that are valuable to you. But we teach them to share out of an act of kindness, to create community and relationship with another person. God has to teach us to share, and many times in the same kind of way. And sharing from the abundance that we have and the blessings that we have is a key to generosity. It's part of living the generous life that God has called us.
I understand.
It's part of living the abundant life that God has called us to live, is that sense of generosity and share. Paul says that every person's need and wants are met. When all your needs and wants are met, God becomes less important. We have a way of pushing God aside when everything's going right. And Paul didn't want us to get complacent and decide that security or that sense of purpose and fulfillment meant that we didn't need to trust God. Because when we start thinking that we are the reason we have all this stuff, or that life is going so good because we're just killing it, which sometimes we are, then we forget that all of that is a blessing from God. And we start to miss out on the ways that God is participating daily in our lives. And Paul wanted all believers to live the true life God had planned for his people. We have to open our hands and let go and start sharing. And when we do, we're going to see God all over the place. And it helps us to remember and to discover a life that God has created for us that we can't imagine.